Hi ladies, I am here today with Stephanie and she is going to be my model for my new fall palette, Glam Girl. I'm super excited about introducing this to everyone. The colors are fabulous. You have the plums, you have kind of some terracotta. It's just that spicy all over perfect fall feel. So I have her face prepped, which means I've got her foundation on, I've actually got her concealer under her eyes, I've got the eye fix on her eyelids, which is oh so important when you're doing your makeup. I've actually set her concealer with a little bit of powder underneath. I have her brows done, and so she's kind of that perfect palette to start the face. So the very first color we're going to use is this top left color, which is in all of my palettes, and we're going to use my nice big wash brush. And remember, you're going to use this dry, and it is super simple. I'm going to blend out her eye fix. Always remember to do that if you've gotten pulled away. So I am going to apply this to the entire eyelid, from the lashes all the way up to the brow. And this is actually a very pretty, just all over, like on the go color. You don't have to do much more. I'm actually going to feature on her a very simplistic look, so kind of a stay simple look for this Glam Girl palette. This gives just a very pretty wash of color. Right, like that. So the next color we're going to use, I'm going to move down into this corner right here for that very simplistic look. And remember, we're going to wear it wet. So I'm going to use my wet dry brush. I'm going to get it nice and wet. I'm going to tap it off on a towel. And then I'm going to go into this color, giving my brush a good coat. This color, I'm going to start down at my lashes and work up to her crease. Very simple. Let me get a little more for the other eye. And if you noticed, I did wet my brush in between. If you haven't been wetting your brush, it truly is kind of a must in my world. It makes the blending of the eyeshadow so much simpler. Right, like that. She just has a beautiful wash of color now across her entire eyelid. We're going to move on. I'm going to hand this to you to kind of hold for me. We are going to move on and line her eyes now. Remember, I always like to line my eyes after my second shadow before putting on my darkest shadow to kind of blend it out. So I'm going to use my black, which is Ninja. Go ahead and close your eye for me. I'm going to give the top of her eye a simple little line. Right, like that. All the way across. Go ahead and open for me. I'm going to actually line her waterline now. Remember, you want to use a waterproof eyeliner when doing this. So my Ninja is perfect for that. Right above your lashes. This will make your eyes truly pop. Right like that. I am going to take my little sponge that I applied her foundation with, and I'm just going to kind of give her a good cleanup underneath. I am then going to take my gold pencil, Cleopatra. Go ahead and stay looking up for me. And I'm going to give a little line along her lashes. Right like that. All right, we are now going to go back to our wet dry brush because remember, we're trying to keep this super simple. I'm going to get it wet again, tap it off on a towel. I am now going to go into my darkest corner down here at the far right. I'm going to use the very tip of my brush, get a little bit on there. Go ahead and close for me. And I'm just going to simply blend that right along that black eyeliner. And just kind of fan up with it, just faintly. I'm gonna get a little bit more. not a whole lot of detailing to this eye. Gonna get a little bit more. Go ahead and look up for me. I'm now going to take it and run across that gold underneath. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Close one again. Right like that. I'm gonna make sure she's nice and cleaned up under here. And I'm gonna give her 2 good coats of mascara. Put that right here. I like to go kind of up and then give a good sweep down on them. This Glam Girl palette you can do so much with. You can wear it very simple. You can apply it more deeply and really take it into a really glamorous look. Add a little purple into it. It can be very expressive. Go ahead and look up for me. All right, I'm gonna go back and give her top ones one more good coat. Moving up and down. Okay, look up for me. One more coat on the bottom. All right, so now we have your very simple but beautiful Glam Girl eyes. I'm now going to move on and do her lips because I always like to do my lips prior to doing my eyes, or my cheeks, I'm sorry. Lips gauge the amount of cheek that you're going to put on. So if you haven't been doing that, if you've been doing your cheek first, then your lip, I'd like for you to kind of change that up and do your lip first and then do your cheek. So let's give your lips a good line, and we're thinking fall, so everything's going a little bit more plum, a little bit more of a brown undertone, things like that. So I'm going to use Berrywood on you. And I'm going to give her lips a little line. Right like that. Berrywood is going to be a very universal lip line for fall. And then I am actually going to take Vintage Plum. It's just that great, just kind of soft, has a little bit of pink, a little plum, a little brown undertone in it. I think it's just the perfect little lip. I'm gonna give her Vintage Plum. Right like that. And then now for our finishing little touches, we're gonna move on and do her cheeks. So remember, we blend both of them together, right like that. We're gonna start right about in that area, work our way up. I really like the pop you get from this cheek. When I was creating this palette, I was really thinking kind of rosiness, a little bit of plum added into that cheek, but I really wanted our cheeks to kind of pop this fall. And I'm gonna hand you that back. And then of course we're gonna end her little face with that perfect little pop of pink that just enhances what you've already done, and it just kind of takes your face to the next level. So a little goes a long way. A little tap right there, and remember, it's only applied to the apple of your cheek. You're looking good, Stephanie. All right, and I think that just about completes our Stay Simple Glam Girl face. Let me look at you, give you one more look, close for me, have a little mascara I'm gonna clean up right there. And other than that, I think you look perfect. So remember, use these palettes, keep it very simple, but then you'll see me do some other tutorials on how to really make it glamorous and create kind of expression with it. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to all of you kind of trying out my new Glam Girl palette for the fall.